guys, I have a back to basics or core foundation session for you today. So no props needed, just you and your body, and we're going to start down on the mat. So let's have a lie down, knees are nice and bent, gently make your way down so your head, neck and shoulders are nice and relaxed. Just have a little shuffle around so you're nice and centered. All right, so knees hip width apart, feet nice and relaxed, parallel on the floor. Let's go hands. I want the heels of your hands on your hips. Bring your fingertips towards each other. Okay, so you're almost creating like a V shape through those hands. Now, let's take a tilt of your pelvis. So what I want you to do is to rock your pelvis forward. So that means your fingertips will drop, the heels of your hands will lift. Then I want you to imprint, so flatten your back. And as you do, your fingertips will go higher than the heels of your hands. And let's just continue to rock forward and back there. So that is a really useful position for your hands, just to get a sense of where you are. Are you level from left to right? And you're actually getting that pelvis moving in that forward and back action for your tilt. Let's take one more in each direction. And then we're going to find your neutral. So again, this becomes really useful here. I want your hands to be parallel to the floor. So your fingertips are pretty much level with the heels of your hands. And if you have that, that means you'll have a little bit of gap between your low back and the mat. And that is your nice neutral pelvis, and you should be balanced from left to right. So at any point, if you want to come back and just pop those hands on the pelvis, it's a really good little bit of feedback just to get a sense of where you are. All right, now from here, you can keep your hands there if you like, otherwise bring them down by your side. Everyone just shuffle your feet forward just a little bit so the knees have a little bit more of a wider bend in them. Okay, we're gonna keep that pelvis really still. Take an inhale breath. As you exhale, let's lift that right leg to tabletop. So you lift the whole shape, knee ends up above your hip. You inhale to replace that foot to the floor, and then we're gonna exhale, take that left leg to a tabletop. Knee comes up over your hip. And then inhale to slowly replace it back down. And let's just continue there with that alternating leg float. Now you can make this as hard or as easy as you like, all right? If you just sort of throw your leg up and down, not much is gonna happen in the core and the stability department. If you move slow and with control and focus on that stable pelvis, you'll get some really nice hip dissociation, meaning you move your hips separate to the pelvis, and you'll get some really nice connection in all your deep stabilizers, which is a great place to start. As we progress your exercises, it means you're going to be moving optimally. You're going to use your body really efficiently, all right? Now let's continue here. Last one on the left, and we're going to start to add on a little bit. Okay, next time you lift that right leg to tabletop, meet me there. So the knee is up over the hip. We're going to take a reach, right leg stretches away, straighten the knee. Pull it back to tabletop. Let's replace it back to the floor. Okay, we'll take it to the other side. Left leg finds tabletop. Give me a nice long reach. Point the toes, stretch the knee. Bring it back in and replace it down. And let's just continue there. Now notice, as we start to add layers here, do you feel yourself start to really tense up? Try not to become rigid, all right? Just keep breathing. And as you breathe, ideally that rib cage will be expanding and retracting. Yes, you'll feel your tummy starting to work that little bit harder as the demand increases, but you shouldn't be red in the face and breath holding throughout this sequence. Good, control, lift, stretch away. We're gonna go for 4 more after this one before we change it up a little bit. Knee over hip. Everything else nice and stable. It's a long reach. There are no floppy limbs here. Let's go for 3 more. Draw it in, replace it down. 1 more each side. All right, last one, just like that, lifting and extending that left leg, and then replace it down. Now we're gonna take your right leg to tabletop and keep it there. Can you float your left arm now up above your shoulder, okay? Nice and long through that elbow. We're gonna take that reach of your right leg, and as you do, can you open your left arm out to the side and then bring it back through center, we repeat. So you reach the limbs away and they come back in. Obviously the leg reaches forward as that arm goes to the side. So you're challenging that side to side, that forward back stability. Okay, you wanna keep your left knee from wobbling side to side, and you wanna keep that pelvis balanced just as we set you up with at the start, reach. The lower that leg goes, the more the challenge. But I do see some people really try and go almost, you know, right down just off the floor. There's no need there. What I'm more focused on is the length. Can you really stretch and straighten that knee? Point your toe and engage through that calf. Good, opening out through that chest, the palm faces up on that expansion. Let's go 4 more here. I'm imagining that there's a coffee, I've got coffee on the mind, balancing on my left kneecap, keeping it secure. Let's go 3. Last 2. Last 1, brilliant. Bring those limbs back in. We're gonna lower that foot and then lower that hand down. Okay, reset, take a little shuffle if you need. It's left leg that knife hands tabletop, right arm up above your shoulder, palm facing in. Okay, find your balance left to right. I've got to focus on anchoring that right hip down a little bit more here. We're going to reach that left leg out. As you do, open the arm to side and then bring everything through center. So lengthen it long, open the arm, in it comes. I've transferred that coffee onto my right kneecap now, so it's super secure as the limbs move away from the midline. And again, try not to just go through the motions. I'd rather you do less reps and reset every so often, because that's going to be a lot more effective, a lot more quality work here. You should just feel that gentle connection between your hip bones, stabilizing nicely on that right side in particular, and getting some warmth in that left leg as you stretch it away and then draw it back in. Let's go 5 more on this side. Keep that pace nice and consistent for 4. 3 to go. Keep that coffee balanced. Unclaw your toes on the right, I tell myself. Last 1. Draw those limbs all the way back in and then lower that hand, lower that foot back down. All right. Now from here, let's find that neutral again. Little rock of that pelvis forward and back. I'm just gonna gently find a little imprint, okay? So tipping my lower back slightly more closer to the mat, so you'll feel that contact here, because I'm gonna increase the load on my abs. My right leg finds tabletop. Okay, now I'm gonna fix that leg there. Inhale to prepare. As I exhale, I float that left leg to meet my right. I'm just gonna hang out in that tabletop. Now notice, did you really bulge through your belly or did you arch through your back? Try and gently find that spine contact on the mat and try and knit those ribs down towards your hips while of course you continue to breathe. So narrowing through that abdomen. Okay, there shouldn't be any dramatic bulge and you should feel that spine contact underneath between the mat and your back. Now we're gonna keep those legs still. It's a long left arm that reaches up to the ceiling. That arm glides back down, we take it to the right. Right arm reaches above your shoulder and then lower. Move the arm with energy so it's not floppy and try and keep your legs still. You'll notice the weight of your legs here. Your feet might want to sag below the line of your knees, or your knees might want to fall away from your hips. Try and position them above the hips. To make it easier, sometimes your knees creep a little bit closer towards your belly button. That is kind of like an intermediate option while you're getting used to double tabletop, but if you can, try and fix them above your hips. All right, lifting the arm. Now that might be enough if you'd like a little bit more. As I lift my right arm, I'm going to extend my left leg long. I then bring arm and leg back together, take it to the other side, left arm, right leg, and then bring it back in. The non-moving knee stays really still. Okay, try not to really dramatically pull it in towards you, because that kind of takes the load out of your abs there. Good. Use your exhale breath as the limbs go away from the midline. And then your inhale to return. We're gonna go for 6 more here. Pull it in, reach it long. Let's go for 4 more. Last 3, keep that pace consistent, you've got it. Last 2. Last 1. Bring it in, let's lower one foot down followed by the other. Awesome work. Little tilt of that pelvis forward, back, side to side. You can see if you really take your time, focus on your form, those what almost look like beginner movements become really challenging. All right, now let's have those feet flat, knees parallel. We're gonna interlace those hands behind your head, thumbs down your neck so your head is really cradled in those hands. Lift your elbows so you can just see them in that peripheral vision. We take an inhale. As you exhale, we're gonna curl head, neck, shoulders up and away from the mat, and then inhale, down you go. So it's the exhale for the rise, inhale, lower. Your chin is just off your chest, and that head is really heavy in your hands. Now notice, I'm still focusing on that neutral pelvis here as I lift. So really the movement comes from my upper body. My lower abs work to stabilize my pelvis. My upper abs are working to achieve that lift of my torso and then lowering back down. I've got a good view here. I'm trying to look at my belly, drawing belly button to spine as I rise. I'm trying to keep my balance from left to right. Good. See if you can get those shoulder blades clear of the mat as you rise. You'll be starting to feel that warmth in those upper abs. As we tie here, or to make it easier, you'll narrow your elbows and kind of yank on your head. Keep them wide so you're not tempted to do that, and then you'll take more of the load into those abs. Now let's add a little extra pulse at the top. So you're gonna lift it up, go even higher still, and then down you come. So curl to the top, curl that little bit higher, and control lower. Let's go 6 more like that. Curl, lift, and down. Tailbone down, relax your glutes, curl it up. A little higher and down, 4 to go. Even higher still and down. In 3, we'll meet at the top. Down you go. Let's go 2, keep that form front of mind. All right, legends, let's do it. Let's curl it all the way up. It's just that pulse. Scoop that belly away from your tights or shorts. Lift and lift. Final 6 and 5. Just 4, chin off chest, 3, last 2, last 1, down you go. Amazing, reach those arms away, reach those legs long, and you'll just feel those ribs, allow them to flare up, to stretch out through that upper tummy. Take a moment there. Don't be afraid of chest curls, guys. Executed effectively, they can be really, really beneficial. All right, coming up from there, we're gonna spin around. We're gonna finish off on all 4s, okay? So hands underneath shoulders, knees under your hips, and I want you to curl your toes under. Now let's just take a little mini pelvic tilt like we did on your back, rounding that lower back and then sinking it down, broadening those sit bones, and come to settle in that neutral. So kind of think about flattening out through that back, releasing through your glutes. Okay, strong arms, strong foundation. We're gonna tighten your lower tummy as if you're tightening your belt 1 or 2 notches, but you don't change your back position. So don't think tighten your belly and round your back. Keep your back in neutral. Gauging the lower abs, we're gonna find a hover. So we inhale to prepare, you exhale, hover the knees, and we're gonna hold it here for 10. Nothing else changes. Long through the spine for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Control lower. Arms, thighs, abs working together, okay? Inhale to prepare, same again. Exhale, tighten your belt, find the hover, just 2 to 3 inches off the mat max. Scoop through that belly, flat back, no need to round, holding 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, down you go, that's 2. We're doing 5 total, so there's 3 to go. All right, inhale, breath, we're doing it together, exhale, up you go. Long spine, strong shoulders, lift that breastbone. We're here, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop it down, 2 to go. Take a little tilt if you need it. Reset, 2 more 10-second holds. Long through the spine, take that inhale breath. Exhale, we find your hover. Keep that tight belt in position, holding 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop it down, nicely done. You just got 1 to go, guys. Awesome work. When you're ready, take that inhale breath. Exhale, let's find that hover and just hold it. Nice flat spine, shoulders over wrists, hips over knees. Hold it there for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop it down, so good. Let's open those knees out wide. Reach those arms forward. Let your chest drop down, but keep your bottom up. All right, so relax through the glutes, the pelvic floor. Let that chest suspend, opening up your shoulders, your belly. Nice deep breaths there. And then slowly making your way back up, drop those tailbones down towards your heels. Thanks for joining me, guys. Great work.